At its zenith, the Roman Empire stretched from Morocco and Portugal in the west all the way to Egypt and Armenia in the east. Founded in 27 BC, the empire and its later continuation finally collapsed in 1453 AD when the great city of Constantinople was lost to the Ottomans. Due to the vast territory it encompassed and the incredible number of years it endured, the Roman Empire left behind a host of impressive monuments. While their heyday has long gone, these now act as important historical landmarks and popular tourist attractions. Number 10. Aqueduct of Segovia. Lying in the historic heart of Segovia in Spain, this wonderful aqueduct is one of the best preserved and best-looking structures of its kind. Believed to have been built by the Romans sometime around 110 AD, it was used to transport water from the nearby mountains to the city and its citizens. The two-tiered aqueduct features some beautiful brickwork and, at its tallest point, reaches 29 meters. In total, the aqueduct boasts 88 elegant arches, all of which have stood the test of time. Number 9. Tower of Hercules. Reputed to be the oldest working lighthouse in the world, the Tower of Hercules has overlooked Spain's wild and rugged North Atlantic coastline since at least the 2nd century AD. This was when it was built by the Romans, who based its design on the legendary Lighthouse of Alexandria. Towering to 55 meters, the sturdy-looking tower was last renovated in 1791, when the old Roman masonry was repaired. Set on a scenic spot on a peninsula in Galicia, the endless sea stretching away before the Tower of Hercules was seen as the edge of the world by the Romans. Number 8. PULA Arena. One of the largest surviving Roman amphitheaters, PULA Arena makes for a spectacular sight, as it still retains its complete circuit of glimmering white limestone walls. Built between 27 BC and 68 AD, the well-preserved arena boasts hundreds of magnificent arches, set over 2 or 3 stories. In its heyday, it would have been able to accommodate up to 23,000 cheering spectators. In addition, there are some fantastic subterranean galleries, as well as 4 towers, one at each corner. Beautifully illuminated at night, the arena still regularly hosts events, although nowadays, it's rock bands and opera singers instead of gladiators who take the stage in Croatia. Number 7. Library of Celsus. Located in the ancient Greek city of Ephesus in present-day Turkey, the Library of Celsus is rightly exalted for its exquisite architecture. One of the only remaining libraries from the Roman Empire, it was built sometime around 120 AD as a funerary monument. While most of the building was destroyed long ago in a fire, its fabulous facade, with its fine details and stunning statues, was re-erected in the 1970s. Believed to have held a vast collection of scrolls, the lovely Library of Celsus was once one of the largest libraries in the empire. Now, however, it makes for a popular tourist destination and looks particularly arresting when lit up beneath the night sky. Number 6. Diocletian's Palace. Built to be an extravagant and luxurious retirement home for the Roman Emperor Diocletian, this well-preserved palace and its adjoining fort now make up for almost half of Split's Old Town. The massive complex is fascinating to wander around. Large towers and sturdy gates can be found alongside elaborate facades, all built out of shimmering white limestone and marble. Lying along the city's waterfront are the emperor's apartments, as well as a monumental central court. Built over a number of decades during the 3rd and 4th centuries, the Diocletian's Palace is now one of Croatia's most visited monuments. Number 5. Amphitheater of Djem. One of the largest and best preserved Roman monuments around, the Amphitheater of Djem can now be found in the Tunisian city of the same name. Built around 238 AD, the colossal arena used to welcome crowds of up to 35,000 at a time, who came to watch gladiator fights and other public spectacles. Its huge stone blocks and large arches are still standing to this day, and in times of trouble, the whole town used to retreat to its protective confines. If the astounding amphitheater appears familiar to you, this may be because it is featured in such films as Monty Python's Life of Brian and Gladiator. Number 4. PONT du GARD. A magnificent engineering achievement, PONT du GARD is the most impressive section of a 50-kilometer-long aqueduct that was built to carry water to Nîmes in present-day France. Spanning the width of the Gardon River, it is the highest of all the Roman-era aqueduct bridges, with its 3 tiers of arches towering to 50 meters. Despite having been built all the way back in the 1st century AD, it is still very well preserved, as local lords used it as a toll bridge for centuries. Set in a scenic location, the PONT du GARD makes for some fantastic photos and is now a popular tourist attraction and important historical monument. Number 3. Pantheon. Ever since it was completed in 125 AD, the Pantheon has been a defining feature of the center of Rome. Meaning temple of all the gods in ancient Greek, the Pantheon started life as a temple and was only converted into a church in the 7th century. Its large Corinthian columns and cavernous dome are well preserved as it had been in continuous use throughout the centuries. Inside, its sparkling marble floors are lined by age-old tombs and chapels, with beautiful paintings and sculptures interspersed amongst them. Having played an enormously influential role in Western architecture, the Pantheon's gorgeous columns and porticos with the dome atop have been replicated innumerable times around the globe. Number 2. Temples of Baalbek. Once known as the City of the Sun, Baalbek's sprawling complex is home to some of the most impressive Roman ruins around. Of these, the two largest and grandest are the Temple of Bacchus and the Temple of Jupiter. Created to be the largest temple in the Roman Empire, the Temple of Jupiter was lined by 54 massive granite columns, each of which were 21 meters tall. Only 6 of these titanic columns remain standing, but even they are incredibly impressive. The best preserved temple at the site is the Temple of Bacchus, built in 150 AD. Although the site was pilfered over the centuries for building materials, Baalbek is still a significant historical site and is one of Lebanon's most popular tourist attractions. Number 1. Colosseum. One of the most famous buildings ever constructed, the Colosseum almost needs no introduction. Lying in the heart of Rome, the enormous oval amphitheater is one of the Roman Empire's greatest architectural triumphs and remains standing almost 2,000 years after it was completed. While 3 stories of huge arcades make up its outer wall, its interior boasts fantastic views of the endless seating areas and subterranean network of tunnels and rooms, which used to lie beneath the arena's floor. Over the centuries, countless gladiatorial contests, animal hunts, and even mock sea battles took place in the amphitheater, which could hold up to 80,000 spectators. One of the most iconic symbols of Imperial Rome, the Colosseum is a must-see sight due to its awe-inspiring architecture, spectacular size, and historical importance.